I wouldn't do that if I were you. I'm sure you've never been this thirsty in all of your existence, but you'd be better off heeding my words and stepping back. Okay, if you hear what I have to say and still wish to drink from this particular river, then more power to you, my friend. I take it you've only just awoken here, and based on the puzzled look on your face, you're just starting to take in your surroundings, eh? The first time I died, I thought, surely it was a cruel joke, a testing of my mental capacity and ability to cope, and, well, I suppose in a lot of ways it was exactly that. Well, I very much did say died. You're dead, sweetheart. As a doornail at this point, as you are appearing clearly rather than the wisp of a thing you'd be had you just been visiting. Please do try your best not to panic, alright? Sorry, there are things here you don't want to gain the attention of. You know, you're actually quite lucky I appeared to you first. I had to learn everything the hard way. I woke up here in the underworld, unable to find my footing, or my feet for that matter. I had lost the lower third of my legs when I died the first time. I remember I woke up laying on train tracks, looking for my love and wondering how I'd gotten there in the first place. Only I hadn't realized that the rumbling beneath me was an oncoming train, and by the time I was able to hoist myself over the side and mostly off the tracks, my shoelace was caught on a stray nail, and that was that. Unfortunately, yes. I remember the pinch as the train took from my shins down, but then everything went black. It was as though someone had blown out the last lantern and I was left feeling my way around in the darkness. I stumbled upon this river, parched and confused, and just before I could bury my face into the water, I had scooped into my hands, just as you have. A woman charged and knocked me down. And let me tell you, she was not gentle about it either. Well, no, she did not mean me any harm. Quite the opposite, in fact. She knew what I had not, that if I were to drink of this river, I would have lost all memory of who I'd been before. You see, when you die, if you find yourself here in the underworld, as we both seem to have, your memories are all you have. Your only way to recall who you were, what you believe in. It is the only way to maintain any semblance of sanity. And just like clockwork, the pack approaches. Oh, that? Zombies. Yes. I'd only read about zombies before coming here. I thought them improbable at best and nothing more, but down here... Well, down here, many of the nightmares we read in books for fun are a reality. Flesh made real, as it were. This is the River Lethe, my dear. The river of forgetfulness. And the zombies you hear growing ever closer were once not that dissimilar from you and I. They were people, just people who awoke here in the underground and found themselves parched after a time and drank freely from the river. No, there's no helping it. For once your connection to who you were is severed, what more is there to do but wander aimlessly for eternity? She taught me how to find Nemosen, the pool of memory, to search for that particular poplar tree so I would know the water was safe. She taught me how to survive down here, and well, now I suppose it is my time to assist you. Have you any memory from before you awoke here? Perhaps a sliver of your last moments so we can piece it together. Oh, no, I see. If you fell asleep in your world and awoke here, in this spot, I suppose it is entirely possible that you... Well, it could be that you're not dead at all. Not... Whoa. Slow down, dear one. Take a breath. Steady yourself. I shouldn't have said that. I don't mean to offer you false hope, but we must consider all of our options as we move forward. Which means I also have to warn you that as peaceful as your death seems to have been, you still could have stumbled upon it prematurely, if you gather my meaning. I don't want to overwhelm you, but I don't appear to just anyone, and neither do my sisters. If you encounter one of us, it is because a great injustice was done unto you. They call me Vengeance, or at least they used to. These days, the humans in your world have a tendency to lump us all together. And so, you may know me better as a Fury. But we can discuss that more later. The point is that my sisters and I only appear to those in the underworld who were brought here by murder or under suspicious circumstances. And seeing as how you, upon further inspection, are very clearly deceased, rather than a mortal who snuck into the underworld, please don't ask. It is quite the tale, and I simply am not in the mood for weaving long tales. There isn't time. What was I saying? I seem to have lost sight of my train of thought. You know, I never liked that turn of phrase, but once you lose life and several limbs to a train, well, let us simply say it has lost all appeal, but I struggle to replace the phrase as it is quite useful, particularly in times such as these. Oh, sorry. Right. Right. Okay. You're dead. Murdered, in fact, most certainly. So, I suppose you'll be needing a few moments to spiral. You seem fond of panicking. Listen, I have to pop over and divert the herd of spirits heading directly for us, but once I'm back, hopefully you'll be ready to move forward. I understand this is a lot, but we have much to do. A week's time has already elapsed since you awoke here. If you want a chance to uncover what happened to you, I'd suggest keeping the existential crisis to a minimum. Now, if you'll excuse me. This way. No, this way. This way, you mindless, flesh-consuming beasts. Over here. Here. Hello.